Hi guys! Today is actually my birthday. I'm turning 25 today and I decided to film my get ready with me process not in my normal surroundings but in Finland with my family. Well, they're not in the video. I'm just celebrating my birthday with my family and I decided to get ready and use some of my favorite products to create this look that I'm wearing right now. It's simple, beautiful, glowing skin with beautiful fall eyeshadows, creating a little liner look, and some nude matte lips. And if you want to know how I did this look, then please keep on watching. Today I'm gonna attempt like a smoky eyeshadow liner type of deal with some very warm, beautiful fall colors, and I'm gonna do light, beautiful skin and like a soft matte lip. So nothing crazy, but I still want to feel pretty and put together for my birthday, and I'm using a bunch of my favorite stuff. And we're gonna go out to eat later on and stuff like that, but nothing crazy, so we're keeping it kind of simple. But I'm gonna start out with the NYX Angel primer. Not my favorite primer, but this is the one I'm finishing at the moment. So I'm gonna apply this on my T-zone and blend it in. I scooched in a little bit closer because we're going to start on the eyes. We're just going to let the primer sit and we're not going to do anything on our face because I'm afraid I'm going to have a little bit of fallouts from the eyeshadows, and there's just no point in like going back and redoing a whole base. You can just do the base after the eyes. So I'm going to take a little bit of tape on both sides of my eyes because, you know, I want to keep that line really sharp. So I'm just taking tapes on the back of my hand to loosen a little bit of the grip, and then I'm going to apply them to the sides of my eyes. And I have this really old mirror. I think it's my dad's. I don't know how old it is, but it looks quite beat up. But it's very handy dandy right now. First of all, I'm going to prime my eyelids using the Nordic Chic Eyeshadow Primer. I should have maybe done this before the tape, but you know, it works fine, So I'm going to apply this all over my eyelids to create an even, nice layer. And yeah, get my color something to stick to. And also, it's just going to even out all my veins on my eyelids. So for eyeshadows, I'm going to use this little eyeshadow palette from Kiko Milano. This is their eyeshadow palette in #1. So this is not maybe my favorite eyeshadow palette, but I feel like it works great for traveling because it's so compact, but you still get quite a few colors. So I'm going to start with this one. This is the next lightest color. I'm just going to apply this all over my lid with like a flat shader brush, just so I can, you know, set the base and get an even layer to start working with. Next, when we have that base layer laid down, we're going to start smoking it out a little bit. So I'm going to take my Sigma E40 brush and I'm just going to take this little middle color here. Well, it's not in the middle when there's 6 colors, but this one, it's like a soft brown. Just going to start applying that close to the crease and, you know, working it down because we're going to make the lash line the smokiest. So the most of the color is going to be down there and it's going to go like a gradient from lighter to dark. So I'm going to start with the lightest color and start applying that all the way by the crease and then going downwards. Next, I'm going to take a little bit of a smaller brush and the Essentials crease brush from Real Techniques, and we're just going to go downwards and use the next darkest color. This is a beautiful red one, and I feel like this is what makes it so fall-like. So I'm going to take a little bit of the red, it's very, very powdery, and just basically do the same step but keep it lower. So we're going to start here in the outer corner, drag it a little bit across the tape and to the lash line. And this is what we're doing with every single color. We're just deepening out the lash line, and this color should not go over the other color because we want it to be a gradient effect. So keep it lower than the first color you put down. Then I'm going to take a small little angled brush like this one and go into the darkest color in the palette. This is just a medium dark brown. And I'm just going to hit this closest to the lash line to get all the drama there. So that's why I'm taking like a stiffer angled brush so I can get all the colors exactly where I want it. What do you guys normally do for your birthdays? Like, I don't never know what I want to do for my birthday. This birthday we of course, as you know, went home to my mom and dad because I just wanted to see them. It had been so long. And also my brother has the same birthday as me. We were born on the same day, but he's 2 years older. Now, so I always feels like it's nice to, you know, go home and celebrate it because it's like 2 birthdays. And my dad's birthday is just before ours and my mom's is just like after ours. So I just feel like I kind of always have to go home and like celebrate it, and you know, it's a lot of birthdays so close to each other. I'm also using a little bit of this single eyeshadow from Stockholm. This is matte eyeshadow in Ebony. I just feel like I need 2 dark colors to make it really gradient. Like with just one, I feel like it gets a little harsh. And then what you have to do is just make sure that they're equally as dark and that there's no harsh lines. And then you're done. So this, I'm not going to make it super duper dramatic, but there's still quite a lot of color and the lash line is quite dark. Now we can finally remove these. Oh. And that's going to make the edges really sharp. I'm still going to go in at the end at my bottom lash line and smoke that out. So it's going to look a little bit weird now, but it's going to look great when it's done. And we're now going to move on to the base. I'm going to use the Revlon Color Stay foundation. This is for combination oily skin. I have a whole vlog post on my favorite foundations and concealers. So I'm going to leave that in the down bar so you can go and read up on that if you want. So we're going to use this one with my beauty blender and just start applying this all over my face. I like to work in sections with this foundation. I don't know if it really dries down that fast that I imagine it does, but I still like to work in sections, so I feel like I have better control. Now moving on to concealer, I'm going to use the Liquid Camouflage from Catrice. This is also one of my ride or die favorites. I'm like down at the very bottom of this one. I'm so sad. So I'm gonna just apply this on my dark circles. I have not been getting the, like, you know, ultimate amount of sleep because we have been traveling and it's been a little bit crazy, but this one definitely helps with that. Then we're gonna set it with the RCMA No Color Powder. This is a trusty old favorite, and I'm just gonna use my beauty blender and just like kind of half bake, half not. I don't really need baking, but I feel like we need to proper set this so it can last all day long. You guys are gonna have to excuse the lighting, it's crazy. I didn't think using natural light would be this hard. The sun is not really on my side, but we're working with it, So I'm also gonna set around my nose because I tend to be very oily there, and down my cheeks. Next I'm gonna use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pomade in Blonde. And yes, this is that product. It's just in a completely different container because I destroyed mine. I just, you know, you can't give me glass anything because I will destroy it. So I just scooped up the little product that was left and I tried to save it. And I'm just gonna quickly fill in my brows like I normally do. Next I'm gonna take my Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara. This is a long favorite of mine. I use it all the time in my brows. Just sets them in place and makes them look a little fuller and more natural. And it's so inexpensive and I just love it. Now I'm going to work on my face. I'm just going to set the rest of my face with the same RCMA No Color Powder. And this is just to help everything else go on smoothly. Next I'm using my NYX Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder. This is seriously one of my oldest products in my drawers. This is, I don't even think they look like this anymore. They have to completely change the packaging and all, but I still use it. It is so nice and light, and it's like, you know, it's very buildable. That's why I like it, because, you know, being as pale as me, you need something buildable. And I'm just gonna apply this in the hollows of my cheek, and, you know, anywhere where I want a little bit of color and shape and form. Next, I'm using the Face Stockholm blush on in the color Sun Kissed. I feel like this is the perfect fall blush. It has something mauvey and like beautiful in it, and I feel like it works perfect for this time of year. Next, I'm going to use the Mary Lou Luminizer, a very old and trusted highlighter. And I'm just going to hit all my high points with this one. I'm using my Real Techniques setting brush for this. Also, one of my top favorite brushes for highlighting. Now I'm just going to finish off the eyes. I'm going to take the lightest brown here, and I'm going to just run it on my lower lash line to also get some definition down there. This also ties together the eyeshadows from the top to the bottom, so they don't look, you know, too harsh. It just melts everything together beautifully. And the bottom lash you can also make just as dramatic as you want, or just as simple as you want. I'm only going to use 2 of the colors because I don't want it to be too dark. So I'm also going to take a little bit of the red and apply it on the outer corners of the lower lash line. The only color I don't like in the palette is the white one. It has chunky glitters, and it doesn't look that smooth and nice. So for my inner corner highlight, I'm just going to use the highlight that I used on my face. So the Mary Lou, it works perfect as an inner corner highlight as well. Lastly, for my eyes, I'm going to just curl my lashes and apply my L'Oreal Paradise Exstatic mascara. You can totally do false lashes. This is like an eye look that almost calls for false lashes, but I just don't want to, you know, I don't want to deal with the hassle on my birthday. I just want to do mascara basically. So that's what I'm doing. And lastly, I'm going to apply one of my longtime favorite lip combos, and that's why I'm so sad that they like stopped making this one. This is from Essence. This is their XXXL long-lasting lip gloss, and this is the matte ones. They had matte ones and really lip glossy ones, and this one is in the color Soft Nude, and I don't know why on earth they stopped making them, but just because it's my birthday, I'm still going to use it. And I'm going to first line my lips with the Essence lip liner in 11 in the nude. So that is everything for my easy fall makeup look. Hopefully you get some inspiration from this look and you want to recreate it yourself. And yeah, that is everything. Now I'm gonna go celebrate, and I hope you have a great day too. Subscribe if you want to, and